Good day, good day, good day, and welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Guys, I am back with another figure Jen sent me for Christmas. This is the Jurassic World Rebirth Tapejara. This is a pterosaur from the Cretaceous period that lived in what would now have been modern day Brazil. He was a small-sized flying pterosaur, and essentially he would have preyed on things like fish and insects. He wasn't the most formidable looking pterosaur, but he was definitely the most interesting, and that's down to this really unique crest. And I do like the design on this guy. It's weird because Jurassic World Rebirth had the most boring bestiary, I think, out of any of the movies, but its figure line had some really interesting additions, and this little pterosaur is one of them. But yeah, let's have a look at the packaging. So first off, you have the Jurassic World Rebirth logo there. You have Tapejara, you have one of their Spinosaurs. Flip it to the back here and it just shows the feature, wing flapping action, and it shows the other creatures in the line there. And I have two of the three. I have the Yuxosaurus and I have Dinostransavia. I do not have this chap. But yeah, again, really cool packaging, really cool additions. As I said before, I thought the dinosaurs in the main movie were boring as fuck, whereas the figures that are in this line are really cool. So I'm going to pause the video here, and when we come back, we'll take a closer look at Tapejara out of the packaging. Don't go anywhere, I shall be right back. And we are back, and here is Tapejara out of the packaging. And first off, I have to say, the face sculpt is gorgeous. I like this. I like the really unique crest design. It would have distinguished the male from the female, and obviously the more prominent head crest would have been the more dominant male of the species, and it's really cool. It's a nice design. It's really interesting, and it gives a lot of character to this creature. There is some nice articulation in this figure. So you've got a bit of articulation on the head here. The mouth can open and shut. There is articulation on the feet that are attached to the wings, so you can move them, so you can put them into kind of a kind of flight pose or a landing pose if you wish. So that's pretty cool. You're given the option to kind of repose the feet, and it does have a play feature. As you can see on the back here is a button that you press and the wings flap. Not a very complicated play feature, but it is really cool for such a small figure to have that feature. And again, I like this guy. I like the design. I like the detail. It gives him a lot of personality. It gives him a lot of character. Again, this would have been an interesting addition to the movie. I just think they just dusted off some old species and gave us the same old thing. And also, anyone who is collecting the figures or has the app on their phone, there is the code for him if you want to scan it there as well. But yeah, he's a cool little figure. He's nicely sculpted, nicely detailed. Again, I like the design on the face. I like the fact that it's this red over the grey, because he's predominantly grey, but the red really breaks it up. And it just shows a really interesting type of pterosaur. So yeah, guys, I'm going to pause the video here, and when I come back, I'm going to compare him to some other pterosaurs from the Jurassic World line. Don't go anywhere, I shall be right back. So let's compare him to a Jurassic World Dominion pterosaur. Let's compare him to the Disungoripterus from that line. And yeah, they're the same kind of scale. This guy doesn't have a feature such as flapping wings, but I can see some of the molding being recycled, particularly the torso and the head, the ball joint in the head. But yeah, you have these really cool, unique species. And that's what always bummed me out. The newer movies, they had really cool, unique species in the figure line that they never featured in the toy line. It was the same with the original movie as well. We got some really cool figures in that early Jurassic Park Kenner line. I mean, we got Coelophysis. They were never featured in the movie, but it would have been cool if they had been featured. And we had Dimetrodon. Sure, we got some of those guys later on, but I just wish that the guys who made the movies would kind of, you know, branch out and introduce kids to more unique species. But, you know, it's what sells. You know, Stegosaurus, Triceratops and obviously T-Rex are popular, and Velociraptor is a mainstay, so they're going to go with those ones. But I genuinely think that they should have also brought some more exotic species into it. I mean, the most exotic thing we got in that movie was a decapitated Dunkleosteus, and that was the fucking highlight of the movie for me. But yeah, guys, what do you think? Do you think that Tapejara is an interesting pterosaur? Would you have liked to see him in a movie? Let me know. And what is your favorite pterosaur, as some people incorrectly call them, flying dinosaur? Let me know that in the comments below as well. My name's Martin, this has been the Trash Picture Show, and yeah, have a good one, take care, bye now.